Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Elena Michaels. I'm back, and it's time for another installment of whatever comes into my mind, as well as a card reading and guided meditation. One thing I do want to mention is that this is something you've heard so many times before, and that is to focus on the positives. Blah, 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 right? Okay, but I just want to point out something. Energetically, everything out here actually is a manifestation of what's in here, okay? And when you focus on the things that are present and the things that you want and the things that you have, and in your mind you see and feel with emotion what it is you desire, and you feel that completely, emotionally in your body on all levels, then it can manifest out here. So by the same token, if you're looking out here and you're seeing things you don't want or you don't like, or your situation is not what you would like it to be, and you focus on it and you talk about it, your words are giving it energy to continue to perpetuate. So if, I don't know, let's say I'm talking about, oh, my house is such a mess. Okay, it's not, but let's say I was saying that. And oh, my house is such a mess. And I'm telling my friends, oh, my house is such a mess. I wish I could get my house together. It's such a mess. All that does is continue to make my house a mess. If I talk about, oh, I hate my job, I hate my job. All that does is perpetuate hating the job. All that does is use your words to create and manifest more of what you don't want. So you have no control over what's out here. You have control over what's right here. So getting this part together is really, really important. Now, excuse me. You've heard of the gut-brain barrier, or your second brain, right? You know where that is? That's your gut. Your brain is here. Your second brain is your gut, your microbiome. I have seen people completely change their mood by changing their microbiome. Do you know that serotonin and dopamine are the feel-good chemicals? Dopamine gives you satisfaction, happiness, and motivation. And serotonin gives you joy and contentment and peace. Most of the neurotransmitters for serotonin are in your gut, not in your brain, they're in your gut. So if you change your gut microbiome and you change the bacteria in your gut microbiome, you can actually change your mood. Did you realize that? I mean, you may have heard that before, but it's pretty powerful that you can change your gut and it will change your mind. You have the ability to create your own antidepressant in your own body by altering your microbiome in your gut, since that's where most of the serotonin is. And that's what antidepressants are. They're serotonin reuptake inhibitors. It's SSRI is what it is. So I'm not against antidepressants. Please don't think that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. If someone is drowning, throw them a life jacket, of course, until they can get to shore and get themselves, recalibrated. But you really can't live in a life jacket forever. And antidepressants are kind of a life jacket. They're a temporary thing. And my stepdad was a brilliant psychiatrist and very well known in his field. He was the director of the addictions program at Montgomery County Hospital, suburban Washington, D.C. in Maryland. And he used to tell me antidepressants don't work for any more than 18 to, at the most, 24 months. And sometimes I will have people call me to work with me privately, because I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a functional medicine doctor and a clinical hypnotherapist, and et cetera, et cetera. And they would say, well, I don't know, I've been on this medication for a couple of years now, it's not doing anything anymore. Well, of course not. It doesn't last that long. It's designed to kind of get you over a hump so you can get yourself recalibrated. And part of getting yourself recalibrated is getting your gut microbiome balanced out. So that's kind of an important thing. And if you want to know more about that and you want to know what to do about that or whatever, you can contact me privately. I do work with people privately, and we have tests that we do and blood tests that we do and gut tests that we do and things that we do to get the microbiome, dietary adjustments, things like that, whatever we need to do. But anyway, the point of the conversation is that you can change your reality, what you see out here, by not focusing on what you don't want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Don't even talk about it. Try that. Try it for a few days. Try it for a week. Don't talk about what you don't like. Don't talk about what isn't working in your life. When you talk about it, your words give it energy, and your words give it the power to continue to perpetuate and manifest exactly the way it has been, which is what you don't want. Think about what you want. Verbalize what you want. Write about what you want. Feel what you want. Feel the emotion of what you want. But you know what our basic emotion is? Love. That's our basic emotion. And love, the love frequency, you've heard of the, solfeggio frequencies. The love frequency is the frequency of the earth, which is 532 hertz. Okay? So I'm going to tell you something pretty weird. Do you know that in Nazi Germany, the frequency of the radio waves where the news was going out were altered to be able to put the public in a trance so that they would believe everything they heard? That's pretty scary. That's also pretty powerful. So get yourself in line energetically. Get yourself in line and rope in your head, rope in that monkey mind, and get yourself going on course to where you want to go, instead of veering off course, dilly-dallying around, talking about what you don't like and what's not working in your life. Now, since our basic natural energy is love, look at an infant, they're just pure love. And our basic natural energy is pure love, but we throw other weird frequencies in there that get us off course. Just get yourself back aligned. And it starts by taking care of your temple, taking care of your body, working on your gut microbiome, and watching your words. Your words are like magic wands. Talk about what you want. Speak the words of what you want. If you're around someone who's saying negative things about someone else, don't participate in that. Don't agree just to bond with the other person. Just, either excuse yourself from the situation or say something like, well, they're doing the best they can, and leave it at that. Don't perpetuate that. All that does is take your vibe down, takes your energy frequency down. Don't let your energy frequency go down. We're in these bodies to master many things, and this is one of them. We're in these bodies to master our own frequency and to be able to use our imagination to be able to image in what it is we want. So stop imaging in what you don't want. And you might need to listen to this again, but this is the truth, and this is real, and this is your job. Your job is to master your mind and get control of your mind, and to have your mind work for you instead of against you in any situation. And focus on the positives, not on what you don't have. Focus on the positives, what you have. I've talked about this before. Every night I go to sleep and I count on my fingers, everything that I'm grateful for. I try to get to 20, In every day, there's things to be grateful for. And what that does is that activates the muscle in your mind, so it gets stronger and stronger. So you start seeing more and more of the things that you actually do want, more and more of the blessings. You see more and more of the blessings when you activate your mind by listing the things you're grateful for every night. You don't need a fancy journal. You don't need, the right pen. Use your fingers and just do it before you go to bed. Just get in bed and start reliving the day and saying what you were grateful for, the interactions, the activities, the gifts that you were given that day, the blessings that you had. If you can't think of anything, think about the fact that you're grateful that you have a bed, that you have a roof over your head. It's raining right now, pouring rain. Actually, I have the fire going. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty cozy in here, and it's pretty cold and rainy out there. And I'm very, very grateful that I have a secure, warm, safe space and a fireplace that I can light and a way to communicate with you here and to just be here with you now, which is a blessing for me, and I hope you enjoy it too. So let's pull some cards, or let the cards be shown to us rather, and see what's going on, okay? All right, so, well, the God box is right on top here, so I'm going to go for this first. Okay, the God box. This is the card that I opened the box and cut the cards in half, and this is the card that came up. Kind of what I was saying, right? Let me get my glasses. God wants you to love yourself. I don't know what that picture is. I guess it's kind of like your mother is saying, God wants you to love yourself. And the other side, it says, what do you really want? Well, you can't start talking about and verbalizing and imaging in things in your reality if you don't know what you want. So you have to think about it. You know, maybe it's, I want to make 3 sales by the end of the week. Or maybe it's, I want to learn this song by the end of the week. Or maybe it's, I want to finish writing the first chapter by the end of this week. Those can be little goals. You don't have to do like a big, oh, I want my life, I don't know what my life mission is. Don't worry about it. Just do a step. Just something small that you want to do. Maybe it's, I want to get that lower cabinet cleared out in my kitchen, which I actually did the other day. I was actually going through something and a little indecisive about a decision I had to make. I couldn't figure out, I couldn't get quite clarity on it. I couldn't get clear on what direction I actually wanted to go in. So I decided to clean the bottom kitchen cabinet out. And I had a whole box of stuff I'm going to donate this week of things I didn't need from my kitchen cabinet. And every time I go in the kitchen now, I open the cabinet and I look at that beautifully arranged lower shelf, and it looks so great, and I feel so good. And then I got clear on the direction I wanted to go for that particular thing. And actually what happened is I got a phone call from a friend, and through that conversation got more clear about what I wanted to do in the situation and what decision I needed to make. So that was, you know, if you don't know what to do, take a break and do something else. Allow your brain to do something else for a while, and then you'll come back to it and you'll be more clear. And I always say, if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Let the universe point something out. And I believe that by my friend calling me at that time, I had already cleared my head from the stress of trying to make the decision by cleaning out the cabinet. And then I got the phone call, which actually allowed me to zero in even more. The universe gave me the phone call so that with the conversation, I was able to get clear on the direction just by having that phone call come and interrupt my energy and help me get clear. So that's kind of how it works, you know? All right, well, that's the God card. What do you really want? You got to think about that before you can start verbalizing it. I'm going to get this out of the way here. This is, you know what this is? This is, I put this on my couch because I have a leather couch behind me, and my cat climbs on the couch whenever she can. Luna the meditation cat. Luna the meditation cat, I'm talking about you, honey. And she claws it. The leather, this thing right here, I got this leather, okay. It was delivered. I went to bed. The next morning, she had already clawed it. She'd already been on the couch and clawed, made holes in it. So I got that. It works really well because she won't climb on that. It's kind of like prickly, so she won't climb on that. So anyway, I use that to keep her off of it, and I had it behind me. So now I'm going to go into the cards, okay? Let's see what comes up here. This is completely unscripted. You probably can tell. I'm just talking about whatever comes in my head. And I've learned to trust that whatever comes into my head is the appropriate thing to say at the time. So that's the way it works. And also, the cards are not pre-chosen, and the guided meditation is not pre-chosen, and what I talk about at the beginning is not premeditated or even thought about in advance. I just turn the camera on and ask for guidance, and my mouth opens and I start talking. So let's see what the cards have to say, okay? I've just shuffled them a little bit, and we'll see what the one on the top is right now. Okay, This is weird. I had a dream the other night about something. I'll share it with you when we talk about this. This card right here, this is See this card? This is the Moon card. This is a Major Arcana card. It's 18. I'm going to choose one. Well, I'm not going to choose it. I'm going to show you the one that was right behind it. Oh, man. Some heavy shit coming down here. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Facebook, but I mean on YouTube, but okay. I'm not going to choose anymore. Well, I have to after those two. Okay. All right. Well, good. There's some stuff happening I'm going to tell you about. It might be happening in your life. Maybe that's why the cards came up. Many people tell me that they feel that the reading was right for them, that it is if I was doing the reading personally for them, which I do personal readings, so if you want one of those, just reach out. You know how to find me. Okay, I'm going to actually go for the rest of the cards, and then we'll get into what the story is, okay? I'm going to go into this one next. Got so many decks and so little time, really. Okay, quick shuffle here. These cards are always shuffled when I put them back in the deck. I never, put the same card that was chosen the previous week or that showed up the previous week. It's never on top. Everything is always shuffled. But we're going to just take this one right here. Okay, this one is look through the situation. Boy, oh boy, this is pretty intense. Okay. I'll tell you why shortly. All I can say is be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful. And we'll get into that in a minute. Okay. And what do we have here? Clairvoyance. Use your inner gifts to help you discern what to do and listen for your guidance. Something's coming down. Something's coming down. They already have come down and you just don't even know it came down. That's what one of those cards is about. Okay, here we go, some more. And let's see what's in here. Okay, say hi, Lone. This is let your past go. Okay, will do. Let the past go. Let me line these guys up so they're right, Luna. I'm gonna line them up so I can talk about them in order and lay them out here. This is the map of where we're gonna go in our guided meditation. And now, let's take a walk into the sacred forest and see who we meet in the sacred forest. Who we meet here is going to be someone who has a message for us. Let's get into the sacred forest and see who shows up. This is the sacred forest card. Backs. This is the back of them. This was a gift that was given to me by a dear, dear friend, my spirit soul sister, who I've known for many decades. She gave this to me over the holidays. Okay, let's see who we're gonna meet here. That's a little magical thing, isn't it? We're gonna see the ancient oak spirit, which is about strength. Okay, let's talk about what's coming down. Well, the other night I had a dream and I woke up really angry. And I don't really wake up angry. I don't really get angry very often unless there's a major betrayal going on. But in this dream, it was about all this stuff going on behind my back. And I was being basically taken advantage of behind my back, and I didn't even know it was happening. And in the dream, I found out that it was happening. Actually, this happened to me also, because when I recorded the dream when I woke up in my phone, I was still kind of half asleep, and I just talked the dream. That's a good thing to do, actually. Then you can listen to it later and think about it. So you want to do that before the dream kind of dissipates. But I'm a very vivid dreamer. I can still remember the dream in detail. And I can remember dreams I've had years ago in detail. So in this particular dream, I woke up and I recorded it. And when I was recording it in the memos in my phone, I happened to notice that there was another dream similar to this one, which was a betrayal dream. And I had that dream in September. And in September, there was something going on professionally, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I felt it. Things felt off. I wasn't sure what it was, but it just didn't feel harmonious. It didn't feel loving. It felt kind of like not connecting. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I had a dream in September, and by November, it became very, very clear that there was a major thing going on behind my back in a professional situation that I didn't even know was going on. And I'm no longer in that situation. I'm very grateful not to be in that situation. The universe has blessed me with removing me from that situation because I really can't be around that kind of energy. I don't want to be around that kind of energy. But I had another dream like that the other night, and I'm thinking, what's going on that I don't know about? Is there something going on I don't know about? Well, maybe that's happening with you too, because this card just came up. This was the first card that showed up, okay? This card is about something going on that you don't know about that affects you, okay? Let's talk about it for a minute. Look at the bottom here. That's a scorpion. Scorpions can sting, okay? And then we've got a wolf and a dog howling at the moon, and the moon is looking down. This is a card about something going on that you're not consciously aware of. Something brooding behind the scenes, okay? Just think about it. I can't tell you what it is. You know your life best. But think about your relationships, think about projects, think about things you're involved in. Something going on that you're not quite aware of, but you might have a funny feeling about it. Then the very next card was this one. This card is about feeling stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, okay? So, stuck in a situation you don't want to be in, but you see, they can actually lift those chains off around their neck, and they aren't chained to that big looming thing. Interestingly enough, when I had that dream in September and all that stuff was going on in September, October, and November, this card came up in those readings also. And this looks like you're being held by some looming thing that you're thinking about all the time, but actually you can release yourself by lifting the chains off that are connecting you to this thing. Excuse me. I'm starting to release already, which is the yawning and the eyes watering, clearing throat, all that, because I'm getting ready to start doing the guided meditation. So you can pull yourself out of that situation. All you have to do, you can stay. Now see, they can stay right here. They can stay there, but they can lift those things off that bind them to the situation, so the situation is not so overpowering. And then the next card was this one. By the way, those were two major arcana cards. The moon and the devil are major arcana cards. The moon is 18, the devil is 15. This is the Four of Cups. This is a wonderful blessing that is coming your way. It's a gift, and stay open to it. And if you notice, he's looking at what's in front of him. He's not even acknowledging that this blessing is coming to him. He could miss it. You could miss it. You could miss some gift that's coming to you if you don't keep your eyes and ears open. But it is important to see through the situation. See through the situation. Look through the situation from different angles, okay? See what's going on here. I want to read to you about this card right here. Look through the situation. My nose is already starting to run too. All right. Each one of these is going to give us more clarity on what's going on here. As an indigo, and you are an indigo if you're watching this, I am one, you're one, I'm sure. You may get caught up in the emotions to a situation and feel stressed or frightened. This card reminds you that life will continue long after you've gotten through this challenge and forgotten all about it. The angels ask you to concentrate on the good things in your life. Didn't I just talk about that earlier? You know what I wish? I don't have a tissue. I need a tissue. My eyes are starting to tear up in water. Excuse me. I was talking about that when we started, right? I was talking about that when we started, and I said, you know, focus on the positives. And, right, Luna? Isn't that right? Focus on the positives, right, honey? Right? She knows. Luna actually had an audition the other day for a cat food commercial. Anyway, okay. The angels ask you to concentrate on the good things in your life and see beyond what is going on around you. That's exactly what I said. I said, don't focus on the things going on around you that you don't want, right? Okay? So it's like driving this idea home. One of the best ways to find a resolution is by releasing the situation and allowing yourself to feel relief, the emotional feeling of relief. Let go, give it up. Take time to relax and imagine what it will feel like when this time is over. I can't believe it. This is exactly what I was talking about. Trust that the angels hear your prayers loud and clear and will help you with resolving every aspect of this situation. I'm reading that again. Release the situation and allow yourself to feel relief. Take time to relax and imagine what it will feel like when this trying time is over. So you're imagining in a relaxed state what you want. I just love when everything lines up like this. I mean, what I talk about, and then I pull the cards, and the cards are like right there. It's kind of like when I work with people, and when I do the functional medicine part of my work, and I will scan them energetically remotely. I work remotely. So I can scan them remotely, and I can tell them what's going on in their body, and what the highest priority of their body is, and what parts of their body needs the most attention, what organs are crying out. And then I order blood tests. And then the blood tests come back, and the blood tests completely substantiate in black and white data, because I'm a scientist and I like data too. And the blood tests completely substantiate what the energetic scan did. So I write down the scan, and then the person writes it down too. You know, I'm on the phone with them. And then when the labs come back, we go over the labs, and the labs right there, black and white, say the same thing and substantiate it. And that's kind of what happened with this. I started talking, and the cards come up and substantiate it. Next card, clairvoyance. Okay? Clairvoyance is one of the clairs. You know, there's clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, I'm going to read to you about clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is being able to use your mind to see what you want. More substantiation. Okay, look at this dude. Pretty heavy looking dude. Nice scepter there. Nice necklace too. Actually, I think that's part of his gown, but might be a necklace. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to read to you about this one now. Because that's more about what I was talking about. Clairvoyance. Voyeur, you know, like a voyeur is someone who sees, who's watching. So clairvoyance is seeing what you want. I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. That's what I was talking about too, talking about love, right? That's our frequency. That's our God-given frequency. Your clairvoyance may come in different forms. As fleeting mental images in your mind's eye, as dreams, as recurring sights in the physical world, as auras and energy, or as apparition experiences. All of the facets of clairvoyance are beautiful and varied. Enjoy and trust them. Hold the intention of seeing only love, and that is what you'll see. This is Archangel Raziel, by the way. That's his name. And working with him, his aura holds all the colors of the rainbow like a beautiful prism. See that scepter? Like a beautiful prism of light. Working with clear quartz crystals magnifies clairvoyance and helps you feel closer to Raziel. So if you have any clear quartz crystals, get them out. You may have them from a long time ago, and kind of look at them and ask them to help you see clearly so that you can begin to manifest what you want in your life. And see clearly so that you aren't blindsided by something, so that you aren't imagining that you're trapped by something, because you aren't. It's just an illusion. And to keep your vision open so that you see a gift and a blessing that is coming to you. Okay? And actually, cups are days. So it could be coming in a couple days, 4 days maybe. Okay. Next, moving right along. Let your past go. Okay. That's this one. Here's the story. It's becoming more and more clear. Let your past go. If you want to imagine in your mind's eye something that you want to be in your past, actually, your past is off to your left, your future's off to your right. And when someone is talking about something that happened in the past, you'll see their eyes do this. And so when I was little, you know, I lived in Youngstown, Ohio, and you see my eyes go over here? Okay, now I'm going to talk about the future. Very soon, I've got something special coming up on Valentine's Day. See my eyes go over here. So you can, the thing is you want to be in the present, okay? All right, so we're going to let the past go, and let me read to you about that. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary. Dear one, it's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. Poof. You receive this card because your thoughts and feelings about the past are holding you back. You're repeating a pattern because of unfinished emotions from your past. Wow. This card is a sign to forgive and move on, to stop painful patterns. It doesn't mean that you need to be with the person you've forgotten. It simply means that you've let toxic feelings go in exchange for peace. It doesn't mean that you need to be with the person you've forgotten. It simply means that you've let toxic feelings go in exchange for peace. You know, somebody was telling me something recently. They were feeling a little insecure, and that they weren't good enough for a job that they'd been offered. And even though they heard from the people who had hired them that, you know, oh, you're perfect for this, they kept thinking it's a mistake, they'll find out I'm a sham, they're not gonna, once I get the job, once I start working there, they won't keep me because I'm not good enough for this job. But other people thought they were good enough for the job to hire them, okay? And they were hired. But their head tripping is that they're not good enough, and that comes from their childhood. That comes from the fact that they had an overbearing father who kept telling them all the time that they weren't excelling fast enough or good enough. And that's an example of letting that go, because that was a burden that that person was carrying that they did not need to carry. It wasn't even true. And they were lugging that crap around with them. It was burdening them and taking them down. And guess what? If they continued to focus on that, that was exactly what was going to happen. If they continued to focus on that, they would start working and start screwing up and get let go because they weren't good enough. And then they could say, see, I told you I wasn't good enough. You see how self-fulfilling prophecies work? And it's all because it was some past habit, some past, karma, some past energy from their father who was overbearing and highly critical of them. And they integrated that into their own belief system and continue to persecute themselves about it. So letting the past go is super powerful and super, super necessary. I mean, nobody grew up with a great childhood, you know? We all have trauma. So here are some additional meanings. Approach a new situation or relationship with positive expectations. See what you want, right? This is a powerful reading, boy. Okay. Avoid routines and speak to a counselor or support group if you need to. Forgive those who've hurt you. Forgive yourself for harboring the hurt. The worst is now behind you. Let it go. Keep your thoughts about this situation high, and bright. High and bright. So, that person who just got that job, you know who I'm talking about. If you're watching this, you know it's you. I'm not going to mention any names, but we had the conversation last week when we had a private session. And just imagine it gone. Imagine it in the past. And by imagining it in the past and letting it go, what you want to do is keep your thoughts about the situation high and bright. That they hired you because they know you're qualified, that is a great job for you, that you're going to do great. Imagine people giving you high fives for accomplishing a certain project that you're working on. See yourself feeling good sitting at your desk in your area where you're going to be working in the office, and see that, feel that, imagine that, see that. Let your past go, let that old crap go. It's not hurting. It's not, helping you, it's hurting you. It's like carrying a backpack with 30 pounds of rocks you don't even know you're carrying. Dump it. You'll feel so much lighter. Okay, now the last one is the Ancient Oak Spirit. Look at this magical card. That's who we ran into in the Sacred Forest. The Sacred Forest, you meet certain beings in the Sacred Forest, and they have wisdom for you. So let's see what this one is. Okay. Ancient Oak Spirit. This is about strength. Strength. Walking softly into the forest, you can hear the deep, sonorous voice of the oak. When the great oak spirit speaks, the forest becomes still and listens. Although you may not be consciously aware of them, powerful and profound messages seep into your soul and can be felt in the core of your being. I ask that happen to you when we go into the guided meditation, that those messages come into the core of your being. This card represents standing strong in your truth. It appears as a sign that you need to step into your strength, or conversely, when you are responding to a situation with too much strength. Recall how a strong wind will cause the flexible willow to bend, but the rigid oak branch to break. The appearance of the ancient oak spirit may also foretell mystical experiences ahead. Oak spirit acts as a reminder of the wellspring of power within you. Traditionally, this tree has symbolized endurance, strength, mystical wisdom, courage, and nobility. Remember that inner strength means speaking your truth without guile or over-explaining yourself. It means living with full authenticity, even if everyone seems against you. The oak tree doesn't need to overtly declare its power. It just is. There may be a blockage in your life or one soon to come. Now is the time to amass your inner strength to move beyond it. This is a card of good fortune. If a dream has eluded you, know that you have the fortitude to achieve your goals. Help from mystical realms is at hand. Believe in your own inner strength. What are currently obstacles will be tomorrow's stepping stones to success. The spirit of the ancient oak tree says, you are wise and strong beyond measure. Stand firm and rooted where you are. Speak your truth. You are intuitively guided in the right direction. Keep your eyes open so you can see that direction. Don't be so focused on one thing that you miss the blessing coming to you. You don't even see it. Be aware that there would be things going on behind your back, and you might get stung. Situation might be a pretty prickly situation. It's either happening now or it's going to happen soon. But remember, you can extricate yourself. Just take off the chain and you won't be chained to this situation that seems so looming. And look through the situation. That's a pretty cool reading. So it ended up well, but it was pretty hairy there at the beginning. So think about all those cards and what they mean to you, because I'm not a fortune teller, but the cards unlock. They are the keys that let you go deep into your own inner sanctum, and that's where the answers are. That's where the answers are for you. They're all inside of you. All right, it's meditation time. So make yourself comfortable. And kind of into the scarf thing lately, you know. Make yourself comfortable, and I suggest you close your eyes. You can lie down. Just have your back kind of straight. Don't be hunched over. If you want to sit up, that's fine too. There's nothing you have to do, nowhere you have to be. Just start to notice your breath. You might even hear the rain outside. You might hear the fireplace. Any sounds that you hear are sounds that allow you to go deeper into your own inner sanctum. Every breath takes you deeper and deeper into your own inner sanctum. And any sounds that you hear that you recognize as everyday normal sounds allow you to go even deeper. Any tones that you hear allow you to go even deeper and relax even more. Letting go now. Letting go of it all. Just allow yourself to be. With every breath that you take, and with every sound of my voice, you go deeper and deeper into that large, unlimited wellspring of love inside of you. Your main frequency is the love frequency, and it wants to express through you, always. But people get in their own way. When you let go, you allow some more of that can be in your life. When you let go, you get out of your own way. I'm going to count from 5 down to 0, and each count is going to allow you to relax even more and go even deeper. Drifting from 5 down to 4 as your body continues to relax more and more. And as you relax more and more, you let go more and more. Even if you are having other thoughts right now, allow them to float by like fluffy white clouds in a beautiful blue sky. That's it. Continuing now from 4 down to 3. Letting go even more with your neck and shoulders releasing, your arms releasing, your back releasing. Just allow it to happen, just allow it to happen, just allow it to happen. And now from 3 down to 2. Your whole gut area, your hips, your thighs. Letting go. Every breath brings in nourishing life force, and every exhalation takes away past energy that is no longer needed or wanted or desired. And coming down from 2 down to 1, more and more comfortable, possibly even feeling like you're about to fall asleep. That's fine. Your mind will take in anything that resonates with your belief system and anything that is relevant for you at this time. Each time you listen to the same video, audio actually, you may get different information because your mind will resonate and incorporate whatever is appropriate for you at that given moment that you are listening to the video and audio. And drifting even deeper and letting go even more, going from 1 down to 0. Allowing yourself to drift and flow easily, comfortably, naturally, and gently.